We talk about accuracy. I do think there's a little bit of God-given ability in touch and feel, and that's why there's, Steph Curry's of the world and Rajon Rondo's of the world, right? Like, some guys can shoot it, some guys can't. It is what it is. Some guys have feel, all right? So for us, accuracy is consistency, okay? It's being able to have a repeatable motion. I got to do the same motion every freaking time in terms of sequencing, all right? So it starts with the stride foot, obviously, and then the off arm. Now, when we talk about the off arm, right, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but there's slappers, there's swingers. Our off arm, again, is very disciplined. It's a circular motion. It's not as violent as you may think. And here's a reason. We want to limit head movement, right? Tom House always says 1 inch of head movement equals 2 inches of release point. Now, 2 inches of release point throwing a hitch ain't much. 2 inches of release point throwing a field seam could be 5 yards, right? So we need to make sure that we eliminate all the variables and maintain consistency through the motion, okay? Maintain consistency. And then don't get me wrong, there's an element of touch and feel involved, with this as well. That's why there's some guys who can putt the lights out of the golf ball and there's some guys who can't, right? I mean, there's an element of touch and feel in this. To recap, and then we'll get into film, all right? Just real quick. Here we got Brady, all right? Slightly pigeon-toed. Okay, now we get into the stride. He's on his big toe, foot's at a 45, the knees rotating towards the point of reception. The hips are rotating this direction while the body's rotating that direction. All right, we got the perfect 90-90 with the right arm here. All right, and very disciplined off arm. Very, very disciplined off arm. Again, as you see him come through the motion here, it's a little bit blurry, obviously, but here's his off arm. Really, the arm lag that's created is unbelievable, considering he's 40-whatever years old. And then again, finishing on his right toe here, foot's at a 45, rotating against the front hip. This is textbook. His shoulder plane's dialed, and that's a whole nother a deal there. But when you're trying to create launch angle, obviously your shoulder plane needs to change.